We have another very special guest today that just flew in. He came here and gave me a big hug when he arrived. This is a very, very big leader in OneCoin. And we are actually very, very good friends today and working together internationally. And these guys literally live on an airplane. He's working with OneCoin everywhere. So wherever you are, Udo will be. Let's start the movie.
Please welcome on stage, top leader, Udo Depeche.
So hello and good afternoon to everyone. Sounds already good. You're getting awake. For me, it's always a really big problem. I have always to check the time what I have to say. You know, I sleep usually, actually mostly in the airplane, what Mark said before. I was flying in from Kazakhstan. I had a really nice meeting in Kazakhstan. Don't worry, I don't speak any word in Russian. So like I don't speak any word in Swedish. I was before in a few cities in Russia, so it's really nice. I was flying here now around about 12 hours, including a night with friends in Istanbul. That's one of the reasons I really do network marketing. When you do this business, you build this business, you meet friends all over the world. That's what I love to do. So that's one point as well. You need to love what you do. Basic point. If you're in here just you want to make money, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong business. A basic point for network marketing, I'm doing it since 27 years. I don't know anything else. I grew up in a small city. We had more cows, dogs, ducks, and whatever around us than we had human beings on two legs. I started my business career as a plumber. So if you have any problems at home when the toilet doesn't flush, whatever, try to find me. I will help you out. But that's already a long time ago. Then I did a really big change in my business. I started to work in Audi. You know Audi, this car with the 4 wheels and everything? So I was there for actually maybe 2 years, but the job was really amazing. So I didn't have any university. I had 9 years school. When I left school, I had no idea what is English. I wanted English breakfast, that's all, but I couldn't speak any word in English. I had my first vacation when I was driving out or flying out to a honeymoon with my first ex-wife. Listen, first ex-wife, second one is coming later in the story. And I got in the hotel. I was flying to the Maldives. Actually, I don't know whom I killed to get to the Maldives. Maybe my grandma or whatever was dying. I got some inheritance. I got some money. But I was flying there, and he was asking me for, what's your profession? You know, I had no Google in this time. I didn't know what I should say. So I was really screaming on this guy, why the fuck you need it? Sorry my language. Like I said, I'm coming from the city. So when I started to Audi, and Audi was really, this was a job, you know, where I really love, you know. You go in the morning, switch off your brain, you don't need it. You know, press 2 buttons, the machine goes on. You put it out, you bring it over, you go over there, bring the next one, press 2 buttons, all day long. You know, it was really fantastic. One day I say, guys, it's not for me. I was on an event like you, and somebody talked on stage and said to me, if you want, you can reach it. If you believe, you can reach it. And you know what was happened for me? It was the first time in my life somebody really believed in me. What is normal in life? What do people say normally? You cannot do it. You're too old. Like we heard before, women, oh, it's not for women. No, you're too old, too fat, too small, too whatever. You don't speak a language. So I run my business, I guess, in around about 20, 25 countries with, I don't know, Czechia, Poland, Russia, Hungary. I'm over in Japan. I was running 16 years my own company. I was running it all over in Eastern Europe. I'm German. That's my only mistake I'm having. So the rest is more or less perfect. Who is laughing about me now, huh? So I started my business And I built up my own company. After I got an introduction in network marketing, I said, sounds good, it's nice, but we was talking always about products. So people got always a lot of product training. But to be honest, if you have a lot of products training, does this make you money? No. The only thing what makes you money, talking to people. Bring new people, explain your product, and talk about your product. So I started this time to write my first books, and I was running and selling 16 years my own seminars all over in Eastern Europe. I left Germany in 1993 for one reason. As was in this time, the financial reasons, I paid too many taxes. I said, guys, I love you all in Germany. I love to support everyone, but not the governments, So I left Germany. I went to Monte Carlo. The best thing in Monte Carlo is 0 taxes. So I'm really happy over there. The only problem was when I left, I said as well bye-bye to my business because I worked too much. I said I need to relax. I was the first 3 years in Monaco. The only what I had in my wardrobe was suit and tie. I went even with suit and tie to the beach club because I had no idea what is an office. I was 3 years on party. I started in 1996 with my business partners again. I left my business 2003, 2004 for one single reason. I didn't like anymore what I did. I started a business, I went out. I like to travel, I like to be all over in the world. I was traveling across Russia, across Ukraine already 15, 20 years ago, driving at night, no idea where I've been. GPS, what is GPS 20 years ago? It was not possible. We was driving, you remember 20 years ago, 25 years ago? How did you travel? That's how we was traveling, just for you guys who does not know how we really started. So, and I left it because end of the day, the business was so big, I spent 7 days, 10 hours in my office. I couldn't leave my office. I had to run the back office. I was developing new seminars, writing new books, did so many things around, but I could not do what I really love to do, go out and talk to the people. That was the reason for me why I called my top leaders in and said, guys, you have the choice. Either we close the company, we give all the people the seminars, we do the last seminars and we close it, or you take the business over and you give me some franchise fee, it's done. I left business. Because one reason, I only do what I really love and what I want. I don't work for money. So I do what I love. And then the day was coming when I started the business with OneCoin and I got the information about OneCoin. Somebody talked to me about Bitcoin and mining and cryptocurrency. After 10 minutes, I didn't understand anything, what are you talking about? Can I eat it? Can I cook it? What can I do with? But that was really, of course, everyone knows Bitcoin. I was reading, I didn't read, I was, sometimes the newspaper was reading some article, somebody put a few dollars in, made a few $100,000. He was reading people made millions, and this is what I knew, but I had no idea how does this work. So, and I was not sure that's really going because I was not sure if somebody buys a product, usually in a network marketing company, they buy a product like coffee, tea, Herbalife, whatever we talk, whatever you want to name it. So, and what has happened when people don't sell the products? When people do not recruit, what has happened? Nobody makes money, right? If you buy a starter pack for €1,000 and you don't sell your product, how much money you make? 0, no? And if you do not like the vanilla taste or chocolate taste from Herbalife, you do not even lose weight, right? So, and if you use it yourself, you don't make any money again. If you sell all your product, you make a small profit. But what is in OneCoin? If somebody buys the education pack and somebody starts to really read and understand what we're doing and what we're talking about, he gets the free tokens, he brings it into the mining, and then what he can do with the coins. Somebody already can sell the coins. One question, who sold coins? Don't be honest, who sold coins? Don't be shy. Yeah, at least a few. So what you did with the coin, what you did with the money, what I did at least once, this? It's our debit card, right? You see it? Hello, yeah, you see it. So we could buy some products, right? We really exchange our virtual digital currency into real products, correct? And then you find somebody who says, we are not real. So if somebody really wants to tell me now, we are not real, I give you a really good offer. You're telling me we are not real, I bet with you €100,000 we are real. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to sell from my account maybe 10 coins. I will get €50. I go to the next sport shop, sport shops, and I go to buy punching shoes, right? So boxing gloves, right? So that's a real product. And then you come to me and say, we have no real products. I punch you in the face. Tell me if it's a real product. But don't worry, I was not always really 100% for the business because I didn't understand it. So what I did as well, when I got the first information, through the fact I was so many years in one business, one of my best friends is a lawyer. Most of my friends are lawyers, so I don't know why. And even when I got married the second time, I had 6 lawyers on my wedding, just as friends. But it was not forever. It was only 16 years, and she found a new boyfriend. She was riding away, really riding away. He has some horses, so she likes the horseback riding. She's gone. But it's fine, you know. Now I'm single, I'm free, but never alone. So that's as well a reason I love to do the business. You know, when you go to Sweden, how many beautiful girls you have in Sweden, huh? When you go to Russia, how many beautiful girls you see in Russia? Who sees me on Facebook from time to time? I have always some nice girls around me. I love this business, you know. But really the point is, I called my friend and said, Peter, I'm doing this, this, and this. I talked with him 20 minutes, 30 minutes. He said, Udo, don't do it. I said, fuck. Sorry. It's my lawyer. He says, no, I should not do it. Okay, I called a friend of mine in Spain. He's a banker. He was running my banking system for many, many years. I called him. I explained in a van, 20, 30 minutes, everything on the phone. And he said to me, Udo, don't do it. I said, Jesus. He says no. I said, I don't believe you guys. You know, you're a lawyer, you get paid for whatever, and you're a banker, you get paid for whatever. So I said, let's find out if it's real, what are we talking about? Let's find out what is cryptocurrency, yes or no. So what I have done, I booked my first ticket to the Caribbean. I spent 1 week somewhere on the beach in some hotels and did some researches on cryptocurrency, what has happened. I was coming back and I said, it's quite good what I read. I need a bit more time. I booked the second flight, went down to Las Vegas, into Los Angeles, spent 1.5 weeks in Los Angeles, Vegas, met friends, going out for parties. And at the end of the day, I was writing a book about cryptocurrency. Because I found so many information about this one on the web, in the sites, but I was not reading some stupid websites where somebody pays a lot for advertisement around and somebody makes really money. I was reading really real sites, so where some people talks about the facts. So I put all the information together, and when you read it, it's German, it exists in Russian, in Poland, not in Swedish so far. In English, it comes soon. I didn't say anything about OneCoin. Why? At this moment, I was not sure I will do the business. It's not something where I make a promotion for OneCoin. It's not something where a lot of people doing something where I want to sell some products. No, it's just about the facts, what I found. And afterwards I said, shit, sorry. I lost 2 months before I really started the business. Then I called my friends, I talked to my friends, and what I did as well, I was in Munich, and I talked to my lawyer, and I explained him the business. You know what was happened? He's one of my best business partners in Germany. He's a famous lawyer in network marketing, and I guess he's the only person here in our business who does not need to make any appointments. He does not need to call his friends to come. People coming anyhow to him when they have some problem with some network marketing companies. And each time somebody comes and talks about his problems, he gives him my books and say, check this one out and find out if you want to make some money with. He's recruiting people for me. The same is my banker in Spain. He runs and helps me with my bank transactions out from Russia all over in the world. Why? I started to talk to them. What was my biggest mistake, what I have done? I called my friends. I know them for more than 20 years. And I try to explain and sell the product on the phone. People don't get it. Even sometimes when you talk to people face by face, they don't get the point what you're talking about. And if people do not really understand what you're talking about, what are they doing? They don't do it, right? They just want to protect themselves. They say, don't do it. They want to protect you because you're friends. They say, don't do it. So, but after I talked to them and I explained to them the situation, what we do, how we do, they started to work with me together. So my banker runs the bank accounts. My people pays on these accounts. We're running it. It works perfect. My lawyer in Germany, when he comes to the next event in Germany, he will even be on stage and talk about this one. This is what I want to really give you from my heart. When you talk to your friends, invite them for a personal meeting. Invite them for an event, invite them and talk to them personally. Invitation on the phone means invitation and not presentation. If you call your friends, make it short and simple. Talk 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes for everything you need. Don't explain the product on the phone. Show the people how does this work. This is what Frank says, you know. Everyone thinks it's always smarter. Everyone knows it's always better. But like I said, I'm doing 27 years business. I have some landing page system. I have no idea how does this work. My secretary is running it. She's with me 20 years. She's longer with me than all of my ex-wives together. That's already a good point. And maybe I should marry her next time. It could be some idea. I don't know, really. Just make it simple. Talk to the people. People need to understand. And you have to talk always on an easy and a simple way. Like some Americans say, you have to explain it with a kiss. What does this mean? Keep it short and simple, right? That's basic point. When people start to understand what are we doing, they start to believe in you and they start to follow you. Because what we are doing here with our cryptocurrency, with our OneCoin, it's just the logical next step in payments. Just please start to think a bit back. I have it here. I stole it in the morning from Turkish airline. What is this? What is this? Sugar? Are you sure? It's sugar, yes. But what was sugar 200, 300 years ago? Huh? People paid with sugar, right? Sugar was a payment, right? When all the Indians was coming over from India and was buying products here in Europe, how did they pay? With silk and with herbs, right? So how did the people pay before? Silk, herbs, sold, sugar. Why? People believed in this one is something with value. So we started to go on this step. After we had our sugar experience, we started to pay with gold, with silver nuggets, right? So we had gold. But one day somebody says, hey guys, we cannot bring all this gold with us because we're always working like this one when we have to pay a bit. So they started to do what? Printing paper, right? What did the people say? Where's the value? Where's my gold? Where's my silver? What can I do with this? Only paper, right? What was the next step? We started to put our money on our debit card and credit cards, right? This is how we do it now. Is this the next step what we're doing? To pay everything online, to pay everything with a cryptocurrency, with a currency which one exists online all over in the world? From my opinion, it's just the next logical step in the evolution of the payment systems. This is the next step where we go for. And we are just building this one up. You know, we talked about, systems like this one, Western Union. Western Union is one of the biggest payment solutions what you have in the world. People pay a lot of money, especially in these countries where I work a lot, Russia, Kazakhstan. When you send $100 from one place to the next one, people pay $20 to $30 commission. For what? How simple will it be when people press a button on the phone, send some money around the globe? We with OneCoin, we just started to build up all the areas over there in Latin America. Why? Millions of Mexican, people from Chile, from Peru, living all over the world, what is he doing? Making money, sending money home to their families. How do they do it? Mostly with Western Union, because people don't have any money, right? So did you see one of the last movies what I saw, where I was really surprised what they do in Kenya? In Kenya, they have some mobile peso. It's some money what you upload on your phone and you pay all over. 80 to 90% of the payments from the people paid with a mobile phone. They show people, they have some solar panel on the top where they pay 40 cents every day by a phone click. Could you imagine to make a bank transfer for 40 cents every day to the company? It would not work, right? So what are we doing? We're building just something really, really good in this one. And now we have to see if we really believe in it. Do we really believe? I say yes, because that's why you're here. And sometimes a lot of people talking negative about us. That's normal. You know why? If people would not talk about us, we would not exist. If people would talk only positive about us, it would be some super special miracle. I can give you millions of examples. We talked about Herbalife. What about Amway? Amway, when they started 75, how many people got problems? How many people got even arrested? And now what is Amway? One of the world's biggest company. But if this guy doesn't hurry up, we from OneCoin, we will catch them, you know. We don't need 25 years. We don't need 5 years to get on this point. You know, just think about it. Why are the newspapers talking always negative? Simple, they make a lot of money with. As well, how many times you read in the newspapers, some hospital had some problems because some operation went wrong and some people had some damage. Of course, it's really not good if something has happened like this one. But how many millions of operations are every day only in Sweden? How many hundreds of thousands of people got an operation on the heart, get an, I don't know how to call it in English, got a heart machine and whatever. How many millions of people delivered a baby, 100,000 people, and nothing has happened? Does somebody talk about this? No, right? Because it don't make any fucking money. Sorry my language, this makes me always really super angry when I have to talk about this. But if they talk about something, oh, something went wrong, some doctor made a mistake, whatever, of course it's not good. Of course it's a big problem for the people. But this is where they put the finger in. This is where they print a lot of newspapers where people buying and buying, because people love to read all this kind of bullshit, right? This is what is happened in this case. And this is always when people would write about something really positive, who would read it? Just think about it. Lady Diana, you remember her? A beautiful woman, an amazing person. She died. The Sun sold the most papers in this time when she died because she was talking about all these kind of terrible things around her. This was a time where they sold the most newspapers. Never ever in life they sold so many newspapers. With what? With rubbish, with negative news. This is what they like to do. So this is what you need to see. That's why I say when you talk to somebody, you need to feel you need to be with him. You can't do it on the phone. Talk with your friends, talk with the people, explain the business, explain what we're doing. It's not just building up a cryptocurrency. It's not something like just make a lot of money just overnight. It's not working. We are building something special. We are going for the next step in the evolution about money. I call it even sometimes it's a revolution what we're doing. And believe me, it's network marketing, it's not about the product. When I explain the product, I don't talk about the product. I talk about the vision, where we want to go, what we want to do, about the evolution, what we're doing. I'm talking about facts, I'm talking about numbers. You know what we said, 1.5 million partners in 18 months? Show me one company who did it. Talking about 1.6, 1.8 billion volume in 16 months, more than 200 countries online active working. Who did it before? Who did it? Nobody. That means we are pioneering this one. Always, the first people get always the most of the hits. But we are growing. You see our growth, what we're having when you go xcoin.x, when you go on the site, we already over 50% and close to Bitcoin. Did you see number 2? Did you see number 3? It's only, I don't know, only 20 or 30% from the volume what we're having. When you go on level number 10, they're talking about 7 million capital volume what they're having on coins. What we do have. You know what we're talking about? We are far away from somewhere in somewhere. We are on the top, and we will break the top. We will be bigger than Bitcoin. And as well, something what is really funny about one of my books, you can find it. It's all what you have to, as well a point. When you talk with somebody, always talk about the truth. Never find a story. Talk about the facts. You can find one of my books. It says the safest currency in the world, network marketing. I was writing it more than 10 years ago. If you have a team with people and you're always good and friendly with the people, if you respect all your team partners, if you're always fair with your team partners, if you never lie to them, people will be with you. And then it doesn't matter what kind of product you offer to them. They take the products from you because they're buying you. They respect you. They go with you. I have team partners. They're with me. One of my team partners is doing now a big event over there in Turkey. He's with me since 16 years. I have team partners with me since 20 and 25 years. People who are 100% loyalty and trustful. Why you think these people with me? Why? Not about the money. Because they're getting a lot of offers from different companies to join over about trust. And this is what we need to have. We need to trust in ourselves. We need to trust in the business. We need to trust in the company. And this is what we need to do. It's a simple and easy point. Trust. Build up on trust and believe in it. Be confident in this one. Just be always, I'm always happy when somebody talks negative about us. Because this shows us we are alive. And that's why I really 100% believe in OneCoin. On one side, like I said, network marketing, I live out of it in 27 years. And then the cryptocurrency is a payment solution what we're building up. So everyone who was in Herbalife used the Herbalife products, right? Everyone was in Amway or whatever name company call it, used their product. What do you think 1.5 million partners using today? OneCoin. What do you think? What is happening in 5 years? My personal opinion, we run in 5 years between 8 and 10 million partners around the globe. What do you think they will use? You think they will pay with Bitcoin or they will pay with OneCoin? OneCoin, right? This is what we're building up, and that's why I believe, and that's why I'm, from my personal opinion, I will put my hands in fire. I believe this company with this currency will survive and will be number one. In 5 years, when you want to know what is Western Union and what is Bitcoin, you know where I have to go? Historical Museum. You find it next to the dinosaurs. So really, ladies and gentlemen, believe in this what you do. If you're here for money, go. That's really, it's what I say to my leaders, what I say to everyone, because people feel it. And if you want to build a long business, if you want to build a long relationship, build a friendship. And that's the basic point what you need to do, friendships and build the business with. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this rest of the day, enjoy the rest of the life, make the right decisions, and think always about one point. It's not only you take the responsibility for decisions you take also the responsibility for decisions what you do not take. You know the magic word, how I call it? Tomorrow. How often we say tomorrow? How often we say we start the business tomorrow because today it's Sunday? How often we say I call tomorrow, my friends? And what is happening tomorrow? It's again a tomorrow. And after tomorrow, it's again a tomorrow, right? And after tomorrow comes a tomorrow after tomorrow. This means it's never starting. Is it true? Just be honest to yourself. Be honest to yourself. How often you have been in the situation where you said you start tomorrow? How often you want to stop to smoke? How often you want to start to do a diet? You say tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. Is it like this? Honestly? It's like this, right? So if you want to do it, if you really want to do the business, if you really want to build up the business, you have to do it today. You have to start today, call your friends, talk about this one, call your team, help your team, motivate your team, push your team, explain your team what is going on. This is what you have to do. And my last advice, really the last one, because I guess my time is running out, I'm worse than all of the women. I always can talk. You see, I have no PowerPoint. Why? If I would have a PowerPoint, I would have already finished since 20 minutes. So I'm talking without it. You know what is the best time when you call your friends? What is the best time you make your phone calls for an invitation? Tell me. Now it's good, yeah. But I have a much better time. You know when? 3 o'clock in the morning. You know why? At 3 o'clock in the morning, you can be sure he is home and he's next to his cell phone, right? If you call him now, he's in some meeting or maybe he's in the event here, right? So call him at 3 o'clock in the morning and tell him when he comes, what happened? You know what you say? Hey, buddy, how you doing? I got an amazing business opportunity. I got an amazing way how I can get out of my life where I'm in now, how I can change my life. And I could not sleep anymore, so that's why I have to call you. And by the way, I'm knocking on your door. Please open me for a coffee. Thank you.